Let me go to my YouTube and make sure that that's working. YouTube.
Let me check your YouTube too.
Yeah, check it because I don't even know if this is working. Are we live or are we
Are
not?
we?
Yeah,
Are we?
that was the only problem. I was like, how do I know if I'm live? If I'm doing
I
that.
know, dude.
Oh, I
Let me
know. I'll go
see.
to my phone.
I'm on YouTube here. Let me see. Oh, there's live.
Are we live? Are we live or are we
Are
not?
we? Oh yeah, we're live, dude. I see it. It's just echoing on my speaker, so we're live.
Beautiful. All right, so I'm not even gonna mess with that. All right, everybody. This is week 4 of This Week in AI News, and I am joined again by Mr. Arvind Abaka. How
Wow,
are you,
finally
bro?
got my name right.
It's it's not hard. It's just it's
Gotta
not
get used to
common.
it. Yes,
Gotta get
sir.
used to it. So how's life, man? Before we get started.
Well, first of all, Willie, thank you for this call. I mean, great to be here again. I enjoyed our first meeting or our first, I would say, chat. Uh,
Yep.
Today's good and even better because now these two idiots here was able to figure out how to live stream properly where we're not like all close together. Like, oh my god, let me make sure the camera
We
catches
we
us.
we were literally like, okay, you got to sit next to me because I'm also gonna
Yeah,
see
you
my
gotta sit
screen.
next to me real close because the camera on the phone is too small to capture all of us. So now it's much better. We're in our own private places, so we're comfortable. So
Yeah,
good.
exactly. I'm chilling on this couch. I'm in like a Chinese restaurant. Looks like got the bamboo. Are you looking at the YouTube feed? Are we still live? You're gonna
Yeah,
have to box.
we
All
are
right,
still we are still live, brother. I'm still.
excellent. 'Cause, with my luck, I will stop streaming accidentally. So here's what we're gonna talk about this week. We have about a half an hour show planned as usual. First thing is Robotaxis take flight in China. Autonomous Robotaxis. Show you that. Next is UFC robots. Yes, that robot that I showed you guys at first got kicked by an Asian guy, then took over the medical field as his revenge. Now he's got boxing gloves and headgear and is going to start replacing all the UFC guys, I guess.
Get the hell. What's it,
Wait,
Robo Wars?
I'm gonna show you this. It's gonna be hilarious. Another
All
thing
right.
is Shopify CEO drops a bomb. I'll tell you what he said.
Okay.
People are speaking out about this. ChatGPT has released a new feature, which is going to make you want to be very, very nice to ChatGPT from this moment forward. No cursing at it, no telling it it's an idiot, no telling it that it's
Why?
useless. You'll find out.
Okay.
But just
Okay.
understand you got to be nice to AI moving forward as of today. And then we're going to do a demo, and I'm going to give you a choice of either we're going to build a website or an app in like 2 minutes, and we'll see what the vibes at the when we get there. What we're going to do. But with no further ado, I'm going to now share my screen.
You'll find out.
Let's see. Present something else. What am I presenting? Oh boy. Oh boy. Understand you got to be nice to AI moving forward. I'm learning all about this platform here, so I might press something wrong. So is this the one? Is that no? That's not the one. This the
Well,
one?
well,
Uh,
you're not showing anything. I'm not seeing anything. So,
yeah, because I'm pressing. This is a new thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Share. There we go. So the world's first autonomous flying taxis to soar in China's skies. Look at that bad boy. So
wait,
basically,
you're flying.
Uber
Okay.
Uber has taken flight, and I got a
Well, don't
video.
they hold on? How's that a first? I heard there's something new in. They're doing that in Arizona. Isn't there's a? Oh my God! This was like when was this? 2022. There's a stock. It's Joby. They do autonomous flying. That's been around. How's China first here?
Because I think they actually built it and it's actually working. Unlike Joby, what I've never heard of. Now it's funny because I would say probably 2019, 2018. in my apartment, I was doing Airbnb right before the government took over and ruined everything.
Right.
Right? They started taxing it and all whatever. So about 2018, 2017, something like that. And the dude was there. My guest was there
Uh-huh.
for a conference on this exact technology. So in LA, they had a big conference 2017, 2018 about this exact technology. He's like, yeah, it's coming soon. I was like, yeah, right. And sure enough, I was right that we haven't seen it in like 5, 6 years. But now apparently China has actually built it and are actually flying it. And let's see if this video actually wants to play. I might have to go here and do this. And I'm going to keep the audio off so that way I don't get copyright stricken.
Okay.
But that's not AI video. That is an actual video that we're looking at here.
Okay. Well, it looks great. I mean, it's AI. It's a robo chopper. Just
That
like
flies by itself. There's no pilot.
no fire. Just like Waymo, right? That we have here in LA. Correct.
Exactly. But look at this thing. What my concern is that isn't that going to start chopping people to bits?
Well, no. My first concern is who is I would say courageous enough to actually get in on a chopper, fly, and you're by yourself, and leave it up to AI.
Apparently, Chinese got enough people that they can risk it.
Dude, I mean, here's the crazy part. I mean, I saw Waymo. I've been seeing them lately in downtown LA, but I haven't tried it. But I saw a couple folks hop onto that cab, and drop them off somewhere. But I'm close to actually trying to try that, get a ride at Waymo and try it out. And that's on land, right?
On
So
land. I don't know. I think on land is probably more dangerous than the air, right? Because there's no traffic in the air right now.
yeah, but when one thing fails, there's no jumping off the car and doing a jump roll and like what the stuntmen do here.
I want to see you do that, Arvin. I want to see you jump out of a movie.
I don't know, dude. I don't have the guts to get a chopper where there's no person flying it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. It's a little sus, but hey, regarding safety, they have said that the actual cars are way safer than humans, and I believe it. I mean, every day I'm almost murdered by some idiot who cuts me off or tries to crash into me or something. It's like,
wait, have you got into those cabs like those?
No, I just mean just regular people driving, right?
Oh, okay.
Regular people driving, they don't know how to drive, right? So apparently Waymo is way, way safer. And I'm like, well, if this helicopter thing takes off, I'm concerned about the rotors, right? They should somehow, how some of those helicopters have like a cylinder type of thing around them,
right?
But they don't chop people's heads off. I'll let to see that implemented on these bad boys, but I'm for it. But yeah, let's start with the Waymo first and see what happens.
I mean, it looks cool, but shit, man, it's just like when you buy those, when first flat screen TV came out, you don't buy the first model, you buy the 5th or 6th gen model because probably by the time they've already worked out the kinks. So I'm gonna wait on this chopper too.
All right, so we're in agreement there.
Yeah, we agree on that one.
It goes 62 miles per hour, man. That's pretty fast to be cruising in the
air. in the air, like, oh my god, no. I'm good right now.
All right, we'll stick with Waymo at the moment. Yep. All right, moving right along. Let's see if I can figure this one out. So that was the first tab. Here's a second tab. No, that's not it. I have to click through all these. You're not seeing what I'm doing, but I'm clicking through all these supposed things because it's not in any kind of order. Okay, here we go. This is freaking crazy. All right, you remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, he's full again. So now he's got gloves.
He's got gloves, and the dude is gonna be actually fighting as of next month, I believe.
Against whom?
Well, you'll see. Check it out. Against this guy.
Get the hell out of here, dude. Well, you know what? That's actually
so crazy.
You know what? I'd buy this. I'd buy this. Yeah, I'd buy this.
I would absolutely look. He threw a kick, bro. It's the same guy who kicked him last week. This is a rematch. I would totally. I don't know about robot versus human, but I would love to see two robots going at it, man. I'd pay for that. I pay for that pay-per-view. $30.
No. But I'm saying, I mean, I'd buy it in a sense wherein I'm a buyer of this, wherein I'm using this just to practice if I'm into boxing or martial arts. You know, like a sparring partner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I remember when, I don't know about you, but when we were kids, me and my brothers would actually get pillows around us, and I'd tell my younger brother, stay there, let me kick the shit out of you, or right? But don't fight back. But here, you can tell the robot, okay, don't fight back, don't hit me too hard, but let me, whoop your ass.
Let me practice my spinning wheel kick to your head.
Yeah, but it would be a good, I would say it would be a good sparring partner. So I'd buy that.
Yeah, well, all right. So Unitree has a customer here in Arvin, but let's see what it said there. I think it said something about the actual fight. Look, Unitree will be live streaming robot combat in about a month.
But don't they have all those on ESPN, the Robo Wars? Don't they have that? That's already there.
I've never seen no freaking karate robot fighting like this, man.
I get okay, not that. That's bad. Okay,
this is next level, dude. This is the future. And also, imagine now you don't gotta like hurt humans, right? Now you get all these crazy, like, bro, what timeline are we living in? This is insane. Can you imagine just like even a month ago, we weren't even talking about robots being kicked or doing medical procedures. Now we're gonna have robot UFC, the whole next frontier. And these are the stupid robots. Imagine when they start getting better and smarter, and they start throwing like chainsaws on an arm and flamethrowers. It's gonna be epic, bro. Epic.
No, I see it. It's better than buying a punching bag and that dummy, that human dummy, the guy where you just punch like in I see in karate gyms.
Yeah,
like,
the robot
way
dude.
Better.
The plastic rubber dot. Yeah.
The plastic rubber guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with this.
All right. I'm with you. So right now we're in total agreement on everything happening here in life. Let's see if we agree on this next point, because this next point has got some people freaking out. And you manage. Tell people a little bit about what you do again.
So we're MVP team provider. We provide remote staffing people to different businesses and in different industries. So we're in the human resource industry.
Okay. And people that want to connect with you, go where?
Oh, they can visit our website, mvpteamprovider.com, or email at the office at mvpteamprovider.com. You can go on Instagram or Facebook, MVP Team Provider. It's still all there.
All right. So if you need virtual people that are still flesh and blood with heartbeats and intestines,
yep,
Arvin's your man. If you don't, then listen to what this guy, the CEO of Shopify, dropped his bomb this week, which is pretty crazy.
All right. What did he say?
He said, and I quote.
No, scroll up. What did he say? Scroll up. What leaked? What did he leak?
He leaked this memo. He released a memo, an internal memo, and apparently he found out that somebody was going to leak it and like try to embarrass him. So he took the proactive choice of, I'm gonna leak it myself, and I'm gonna talk about this. Right? Smart. Okay. Because now he owns the narrative.
That's right.
So he says, before asking for more headcount and resources, basically before hiring anybody, teams must demonstrate why they cannot get what they want done using AI. So before
you hire new staff, teams must demonstrate what again?
That AI can't do that job. They have to justify hiring a human being, because he's saying an AI agent should be able to do most of this stuff. So why are we hiring a person?
Okay.
So he says, what would this area look like if autonomous AI agents were already part of the team? This question can lead to really fun discussions and projects, and other people are having a heart attack, because literally he's the first major CEO that I've heard of who's actually saying AI first before we hire a person, which is politically pretty dangerous, right? We're in a climate of like, oh, we got to protect all the jobs and unemployment and this and that. And this guy's like, I don't care. If you don't know AI, if you don't learn AI, if you're not AI first, you're not going to be working for Shopify. What is your opinion about that? Especially because your whole businesses built around HR.
Well, the first question that comes to mind, I'm just thinking about it, is, I mean, you mentioned something. The whole political landscape right now is talking about saving people's jobs, and this guy saying AI will replace you, right? So the first question is, what angle is he coming from? And the way I look at it is coming from a business angle, right? So I think the context there, the way I look at it, yeah, you have to, before you hire somebody, you have to prove why you need a new staff before what's the question again? You need to prove that you need a new person because the job cannot be done without that AI can't do the job. That's correct, right?
Correct. So basically, why are you hiring this guy if AI can do it? You have to
Okay.
show AI can't do that job. So in other words, if you're hiring a window washer, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to show, like, okay, I can't code an AI agent to wash the window. We need a dude to physically come and do that. Fine. But let's say you're gonna send out, you want to hire an assistant to manage your marketing emails.
Mhm.
Well, you can build an agent to do that. So why are we hiring a person, right? That's his point.
Okay, here's the question though. Isn't it true, or maybe I'm wrong here or ignorant? When you do an AI agent, you have to prompt it properly, right?
Yes.
Because the way I look at it, it doesn't really affect, like, even my business, right? We provide remote workers, remote skilled workers, depending on what industry you're in. Whether you could be a realtor, you could be a bookkeeper, anything that you can work. Basically, my staff, they're working overseas, and obviously, if you're hiring them, you're not paying the same amount of wage you're paying here in the United States.
Sure.
Okay, that's simple. But the way I look at it, it doesn't really replace a human being, because for me, and I'm always trying to adapt and pivot in whatever the market is going to give us, is you're still going to need someone to prompt that AI agent properly. So the question really is, are you trying to learn AI now, or are you one of those that say, I really don't need it, I don't believe in it, I don't, because we still have those people that think about, oh, I'm not a tech person. Shoot,
Right.
I say that too. I'm not a tech person. I'm an accountant by trade. I'm
Right.
fucking. That's that's all I've been doing for the last 25 years, right?
Right.
But then I did think about that. Like, yeah, I'm not a tech person, but I can speak not as fluently as you i- in tech, but I can speak tech and learn it, and at least have a basic understanding of how things work. Now, if I have that foundation, then I can solve other problems and or adapt to, let's say, if I'm working for your Shopify, I say, all right, well, I guess you still need someone to prompt the AI properly, right? Or program the AI agent. They don't automatically program themselves. Am I wrong in that regard?
You're right. But I think what he's saying is you're the guy who's going to have to learn how to prompt. You're not getting an assistant.
That's fine. Like, let's put it this way: when you show, what did you show me a couple weeks ago? You showed me Gemini, right?
Yeah, we built an app. We built a bookkeeping
Okay.
app, right? Yeah.
So, well, I'm not that advanced yet. So I started using Gemini on little things, and I used to use ChatGPT, but now I'm using Gemini and other things. So I'm learning. I'm learning at my own pace. So, like you said, yeah, I have to learn how to prompt that AI properly. Then, if that's his mandate to his employees or to the employees, then I'm gonna say to our people, we have to learn a new skill set. It's just because I don't think humans will be phased out. There's no way.
No,
But you're still
I,
gonna
I
need
I agree.
someone.
I agree. Yeah.
It's just like with the calculator. Well, because I'm an accountant, I'll use an example. Isn't it true before they use abacus,
Yep.
right? Now you can still use that today, or would you rather use an iPhone or use a scientific calculator to do all the complex calculations? Still the same person,
Or a spreadsheet. Yeah, exactly.
or the Excel spreadsheet, right? When you use an Excel spreadsheet, still the same person. You can still do it, but I'll do it faster for you if I do it on Excel.
Yep.
So I don't think that's an issue. I think you just have to. The more important question is, well, if he's a CEO, is he going to provide training to his staff, or if you're the staff, are you going to proactively try to learn this new technology?
Yeah, one of the things that he said, I don't know if it's in this particular article, but I've read a couple of his things, so I was like, oh, this is wild. But what his point was, the only way you're going to learn to use AI is by using AI, because there's nuances to how to write a prompt. There's ways to get, like, a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people about this topic, and many of them are like, "Oh, I didn't get what I wanted. This AI is stupid because I asked for it and it didn't give me what I wanted." And I think his point, and also my point, is like, you have to work with this stuff day in, day out, have it solve your problems, and then you're going to start learning the flow and what it can actually do. So more so than training, I think what has to happen is make this stuff kind of what I'm doing with this podcast and my Instagram is just like show the tools in use.
But you
Give
said
people,
something earlier. Well, you said
you know,
something just a minute ago. You said learn it how you need to learn how to prompt it proper. So how do you do that? How do
by,
you
by by prompting and observing, just like humans do anything. You're going to learn how to sculpt wood or something. You take the thing, you sculpt, you make a mistake, and you eventually get your technique. It's just like anything else. Learning how to play the piano. At first, you kind of
Okay,
suck.
so let me ask you this then. What is a correct prompt? Because until now I don't know. I just say Gemini, you're this. Like so what's the correct prompt?
There's best practices, right? So basically, some of the best practices are define a role. You are an expert accountant. What's the
Ah,
goal, right?
okay.
So you're an expert accountant. You are going to develop an application that will solve this accounting issue. Your constraints are that you cannot use blah blah blah. You have to use blah blah blah, right? Whatever accounting rules or whatever accounting.
Versus what? Versus what? Well, how do normal people do it now? So like you said, you have to
They'll
define the
say,
role.
"Hey, I want you to write an app that solves my problem," and that's it, right? So it's not enough. So
Okay.
so knowing the parts of a good prompt, which is like your user, like the role, right? You're a blah. I want you to do blah. These are your constraints, and this is the output that I want. I want a table. I want a spreadsheet. I want an image. I want a PDF. So asking it as if you were talking to a person, really. Like if you were just
Mm.
if
So
you
you're
if you're
providing you're providing context first,
yeah,
basically.
like if you hired an assistant, you're like, I want you to solve this problem. They won't know how to do it,
Okay, so
right?
then it's a simple. This is a simple. Then it's a simple. Then again, let's keep it. Let's keep it simple. It's proper communication, proper delegation.
Yep, yep. And I
All
think
right.
it's actually gonna improve human communication because ChatGPT and the other LLMs are gonna train you of like, oh, I did not express myself fully, and I can see the result here. Man, when I had that argument with my girlfriend or my wife, I didn't express myself fully. She misunderstood me, and then we had a fight. So I think there's an interesting thing that's going to develop of our communication is actually going to get better because we need to be explicit with what we want in order to get the result that we
Yeah, you
want.
mean you're providing the proper context, and just like any human being that you talk to, you got to give the background. You got to give the information.
Yep, yep,
Delegate
yep.
properly.
All right, we're going to move on because we have officially 7 minutes, but I feel like we're probably going to go longer. But here's why. Actually, leading into that, you need to be nice to AI. And the reason is
Okay, then let's talk about that. Okay, go ahead. Show the next one. Then be nice to AI.
start, starting today, Memory and ChatGPT can now reference all of your past chats to
Okay.
provide more personalized responses, drawing on your preferences and interests to make it even more helpful for writing, getting advice, learning, and beyond. So basically, and here's another point, another tweet. Is it over? ChatGPT can now reference all your past chats to provide personalized responses. So that means that everything you've ever talked to ChatGPT about, it can now go back to all of those things and kind of determine your personality, right?
Even
Kind
on
of
the free version. Even on the free version.
yes, yes,
Okay.
even on the free version. Now, there's a lot of crap that I put in there, especially when I was just first starting out, that's useless and stupid, right? And when I first started using it, like I'm sure you did, you insulted the damn thing. Like you're a
I
piece of
still do.
crap.
I still do now. I still do now. So what's wrong with that? So why do I need to be nice to AI?
Because number one, OpenAI is keeping all these things, even though it says it's not keeping it. They're keeping all the stuff.
All
So
right.
there's,
So
there's
what's the benefit to me being nice? Why can I say fuck you AI or like screw you Gemini or something like? Why can I say that?
because you don't know if in the future they're going to roll out an update of like, well, he was mean to me, so he must not get good.
Wait. Oh, so, okay.
I
No,
don't know, but
no.
here's the deal. That's I'm pretty much just joking with that. But what I'm not joking about is, and I'm going to open up this window to show you, like if you have, let's say you've had people on your account asking about recipes, and somebody else asks about dumb questions like, is the moon made out of cheese? You ask enough stupid questions, ChatGPT might form an opinion about you of like, this guy's kind of dumb. Maybe. Or at the very least, it's going to give you kind of irrelevant answers sometimes. So if you want to erase these, I'm going to show you how to do it right quick.
Okay,
Because
hold on. Let me get on ChatGPT too, because I gotta erase that too. I do have a lot. Okay, so what am okay? So all right. So I'm
the
there.
first thing is you'll see up here. Is my mouse moving on your screen? Can you see my mouse moving up here?
No, I don't see it, dude.
Okay,
I just
I wasn't
that's
sure
fine.
if you could see that on Google Meet. Anyway, but in the upper right, you'll see a thing that says temporary. Of ChatGPT.
Yeah, upper right. I see temporary. Yep.
If you don't want your chat to be saved to memory, click that, and it should. I'll go to mine, and I'm going to click it. Click it, and it pops up that this is a temporary chat. It will not update ChatGPT's memory or appear in your history or be used to train the models. Right now, for safety purposes, they may keep a copy of the chat for up to 30 days. So in case you're trying to build a bomb or something,
But this is only like say if you want to delete those stupid curses, like if you're wait no wait
no,
hold on.
this right here is a temporary chat, so you can ask whatever you want, and it won't store it as if it was learning about you.
But what's
So
wrong if I ask a stupid question? What if it's really a real question for me? It may be stupid to you, but
that's fine. That's okay. But
okay.
let's say you're trying to use ChatGPT for a specific thing of like, let's say you're trying to be an engineer, and all your questions are about engineering. You want it to be hyper focused. Well, you can direct your ChatGPT to only focus on those topics by using this memory. If you want to get rid of things, the way you do it is you click on your head, then on settings, and under personalization, there's this memory, and you can click on reference
Oh,
save memories, and you can also delete individual memories. So if it's determined that you have certain traits, right? Let's say you no longer have an iPhone or a MacBook Pro. It's figured this out just from my chats. It's figured out what I own. You can hit here and delete it, right?
wow.
So all
That's
this kind of,
freaking
it's pretty
scary.
interesting because that you can learn what it thinks about you from your past conversations,
Okay.
and you can erase it and kind of mold it. So that's the whole point. I just wanted to show that because before, and here's another valuable use case is like, let's say I'm writing a book and I've already talked about all my characters and whatnot. I ask another question a month later, it's going to remember what my book is about. So now it's going to reference this information. It's a little bit like a mini notebook LLM where you feed it sources. Well, the sources are your prior chats. In other words, AI now has memory. So it now remembers, just like a person in a way, conversations and context, and it should make it a little bit more intelligent when you're dealing with it
Well,
and provide
it would be a little bit scary too, don't you think? Because now I have to think: should I keep a secret from ChatGPT or give that AI my secret?
Very true, because ChatGPT is also potentially using your information to train models. That's why
Exactly.
if you're dealing with sensitive information, I highly recommend installing a local model using a tool like Olama or what do I use? LM Studio. So I have DeepSeek, the Chinese model. I have the 14 billion parameter running on my MacBook Pro. I only have 24 gigs RAM, so I'm only using the 14 billion parameter one. And so I have access to a very smart AI that's not connected to the internet and not storing anything. It's all local.
So,
So
but
for
how
some
does it learn
stuff,
if it's just in your? So you can use that offline too.
yeah, I'm not using this particular. I'm not using ChatGPT. I'm using a different LLM. Okay, because ChatGPT just is almost like Facebook. It's storing everything and spying on you. It really
I
is.
know. So now I gotta freaking hide my secrets from Chat GPT AI. Like, damn, man.
Install something local, or just be careful with what you're prompting.
Or maybe
So
don't use AI at all. Just use notepads.
exactly. Go back to yellow sticky notes.
Yellow sticky notes. Yeah, they still work.
All right, so we're at our 30-minute mark. So I'm going to go for a simpler demo. I had two choices, either an app or a website, but I'm going to show you really quickly. And this might be good for your people. If they're, do your people build websites? Your virtual people?
Yeah, we've got a solution team, but it's not our main core skill set. But
Okay.
there's a couple. Yeah.
Well, even for prototyping, like I launched this website, and it took me about 7 minutes to make and launch. I already had the infrastructure, I already had the host,
Wow.
and I had the domain, but I had a basic blank page, and I just coded it real quick using Gemini, and from coding it to up live on my website was 7 minutes.
Hmm.
I'm going to show you how to do it right quick.
7 minutes.
I'm
Huh?
going
Okay.
to Gemini, and I'm going to go to 2.5 Pro Experimental. And now what we're going to do,
I don't
I'm
see
going to open.
Gemini. I'm still seeing Chat GPT here. Are you changing screens?
Oh yeah, I always forget that I need to do that. Hang on, I think I closed the chat. Hang on a second. Where am
Yeah,
I?
I still see the Chat GPT here on your screen.
I gotta go. Bam. Press this little button. Present something else. And is that it? I think
No,
that's it.
there you go. I
Yeah,
see.
there we go.
Yep, got it.
So now I'm gonna go to that screen over here, and I'm gonna open up Canvas. Okay.
Okay.
Canvas, create docs and code. All right.
Okay.
So see if I can minimize this thing over here. All right. So Arvin, you are a business owner and you've come to me to get a website built. What
Okay.
kind of website would you like built? What do you need?
Let's build a website for. Sure, I don't know, man. What was it? Website for a caregiving agency. How about that?
A what?
A caregiving
Oh,
agency. You know, like what Jerry has, so something
oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I need you to build a one-page website. Just a one-page, because it's gonna be like a landing page.
Okay.
Just because that way it's simpler. I
Okay.
need you to build a one-page website for a home caregiver business based in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer hourly packages of home care for seniors, with lots of high touch.
Got the H on with.
What?
Do you have to be grammatically correct when you prompt it?
It helps. Remember is judging me now.
Yes, judging you now. Exactly.
All right, what do we want to put in this website?
Must have a button to book an appointment.
Button to book an appointment. Must list my phone number prominently of 1-800-555-5555
Yeah.
and
You,
my
you
email.
forgot the O on appointment.
Thank you, sir. See, that's why I need humans around me too.
Yeah, we still need humans, dude.
Email is care at high touch
Touch.com.
dot com. Um, please, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Please pull some royalty-free images from pexels.com that fit the theme, and or generate some of your own images. Services include, like, what can we like?
I don't, okay, so I don't know. So services include grocery shopping, I guess.
Yeah, grocery shopping,
Grocery shopping, driving to your doctor's appointment.
doctors appointments.
and do your
Help
laundry.
showering and feeding.
Well, that's part of caregiving already. So maybe uh laundry. Do your laundry.
Laundry. Yeah.
All right. So let's start. Let's see what that comes up. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Make it very emotional and hard sell. Like if they don't choose us, they are crazy
Or
and
they'd be
cool.
stupid to say no to it.
Let's see what happens. Ready?
All right.
It's 6:35. It took about what, a minute to write that, maybe 2 minutes. Let's say we started at 6:33.
Okay.
Submit. Let's see what happens. Da 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 da. The structure of the HTML. So it's thinking right now. Self-correction refinement. That is so nuts, man. Every time I see this happen, I'm just like, what is life? How is it doing this? That's the code. It's building the code right there.
Holy fuck. Okay, so how do you know if the code actually works?
Once it's done, like it'll talk to you while you're doing it. So I'm moving this around so I can see because I have this thing blocked. So you can even see it's thinking, right? It's thinking. It's using Tailwind CSS. It tells you what to do. I think it's done already. Oh, here we go.
So that's how the website would look like.
Yeah, the first iteration.
So where do you get? So how do you put that on an actual server or domain? Like how do you move it from there to the web?
Okay, so you go here, go to code, copy,
Okay.
then go to your website, right? Your host, and I'll show you mine. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna log in.
Yeah, but how would you know? How would you know if you need to use WordPress or any other
I
platform?
mean that's something you have to figure out. I mean it can't do everything for you. You have to set up a host and an account and then just upload this to your host. But that's simple.
Well,
If you
to
don't,
you, simple thing, but to me, like, okay. How does this go to the web?
well, let's ask Gemini. Okay, how do I upload this to the web and make it live?
See, better. Yes.
So it's going to tell you, save the code, choose your web host. It tells you various ones. Never use GoDaddy. They are very, very poor. But Bluehost I've used. I've never used SiteGround. The best one that I found, Arvin, if you're ever going to do this, is Hostinger or Hostinger.
Yes. I know that because our website is Hostinger.
Yeah, very good website. Very good web host.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's going to get a domain name.
Yes. All right, we got scored it. Yes.
Yep. And it tells you step by step how to do it. So this is like no brainer. So this is a service that now anybody could do, if especially your people. It's like, okay, even if they're not good coders, now they are, because they have this tool that they can be like, okay, all I need to do is interview you and find out what do you want your website to be about. Then I'll figure this out. Now, of course, there's no pictures, right? I asked for pictures, didn't put the pictures, so we have to fix that. There's formatting issues, right?
Yep.
So let me actually see if Gemini can fix that.
How do you fix that? Put photos?
Well, first I'm gonna try to fix these
generic solutions are an insult. Wow, that's a hard sell.
Yeah. yeah, I know. The compassionate care giver, reliable support, and personalized
support, homeboy.
Plan, whatever. Personalized plans are cut off. Can you make sure this is a responsive? I know a little bit of web design, so I know the terms, right?
Okay. See, that doesn't help. Okay. I'm gonna play with this. I'm gonna see if I can make my own website.
Yeah. So let's see what it does. Slow thinking. Review the grid structure. Potential fix. Code update. Regenerate. Immersive. You're right. Responsiveness is key. Here's the updated code for the website. I guess it's writing it, I'm assuming, because I don't see the code.
I'll adjust the grid classes to ensure the layout adapts.
It's also teaching you web design because it's like, oh, this is what it's doing. It's teaching the as it's doing it, it's teaching you what it's doing, and it's
Yeah, I
teaching
see it. It's having explaining it to you. Oh, I'll adjust it.
There you go.
That look
It
at
fixed
that.
it. Arvin, that's amazing. Is that not amazing? Look what
It
it
is.
did.
It is. I mean, if you just want
It's
to create a landing page and like,
yeah. And then
see, that's what.
if you want to, let me see if I can fix the image thing. Like, there's no image. I asked for an image, right? So I'm gonna ask it. Why are there no images?
Man,
I want images. Let's see what it does. I have no idea. This is the first time ever trying this.
and see, you can create a landing page that quick, even if you got no budget to have a website done. Man,
This is why I am obsessed with this technology because I'm like, it is like this is the only thing we're going to be using. This is it. Like, forget about learning how to code and all this stuff. Learn this. Learn Gemini because this is what you're going to be using. You're not going to be learning Dreamweaver or HTML or CSS, at least not to an extreme level like I was trying to do, and it's just over my head.
well,
I'm not that smart. So I'm smart enough to do this.
no, that's true. But I mean, I'm just saying, like for me, I mean, obviously, like you said, you have experience in building a website. I don't, right? But
Yeah.
in our age and generation right now, you got to have a website to market your business. So at the very least, you can build a simple landing page that you can provide to whoever you meet. Like, hey, here's my landing page. Here's our information. So something they can access on the web.
Yep. Exactly. They have a brochure on the web.
Yeah,
Now
you
it
have a
told
presence.
me like it couldn't directly create the images and put them up. Fine, but because it told me exactly what I need to do this.
It
So it
doesn't
told
matter.
me,
This actually creates a digital footprint for your business if you're
yeah.
starting out.
And then you can now follow these instructions right over here and upload your images. So this is an amazing use case. Like it's science fiction almost. Like I'm sure in like, I don't know, a year, you'll just be able to be like, I want this, you speak it. I want this and put images here and it'll figure out the image part too. It'll do everything. It's going to be nuts. So the question is, what are we going to do for money? People like you and I and the rest of society, because our customers might be able to just take this technology and build their own websites. And
Okay, they can. Just like everybody can do their own taxes, you still need a CPA or a tax prepared to get it, right? So it doesn't matter.
boom, there you go. Beautiful. This is why I love having you on, because you provide a perspective that's grounded in reality and is grounded in like solutions. So yes, exactly. Some
Yeah.
people might do this, but a lot of people, for example, I sold some very expensive websites not too long ago because they just, even though this technology has been around forever, how to create websites, the information has been out there, people still were either too lazy to learn it or just didn't have time or wasn't in their wheelhouse. So
Which
there's
which is
always going to
most of the
still be
case. Which is most of the cases out there, especially if you're talking to a business owner. Like if you're talking to somebody that's in construction and his talent and built his career on renovating homes, man, he would say, yeah, that's great, I can do that, but he's not gonna learn it. Like, shoot,
yeah.
man.
You'd rather pay somebody $300 than to do
Yeah.
it. I
So
was
again,
charging I was charging $5,000, man. I was charging $5,000 to build websites.
that's what I said. You can always do your own taxes for sure. Like there's TurboTax, there's all those applications out there since time. I don't know what 20 years, 30 years ago, but you still how come CPAs and tax preparers are still in business until today?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. All right, man. So, what do you think about this week's stuff? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, that website, that actually gives you a digital footprint if you're starting out, and it goes back to what I told you 2 weeks ago. You can never say you don't have money, you don't have budget, you don't have the tools, because this can get. It may not be a robust website like everybody else, but it gives you a digital presence, a simple landing page to market your services that people can access and not without even knowing how to code.
Yep. And it's got good copywriting. Don't gamble with their golden years. Choosing less than the absolute best care for your loved one isn't just a mistake. It's a risk you can't afford to take. It's
Well,
like,
because you told it to be aggressive, right?
I thought it'd be a hard sell, right?
I know you told it to be hard sell, so that's why. No,
Freaking
but
awesome.
today's conversation, that website, I'll try that out actually.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds
I'm going to
amazing.
be diving into. I'm going to show this one real quick. I'm not going to show a demo, but I'm just going to show you this because this was just released, I think, 2 days ago. So if you think this is impressive, built on this same technology, I'm going to. How do I switch my screen? Hang on a second. There's a problem with doing Google Meet is that it's a little bit more complicated to switch things. Present something else. Okay. Firebase Studio. So this is also from Google. Google's killing it this week. They're dominating. So this not only will build you the website, okay, but it will build you the application, meaning the back end, the front end, a mobile app.
Wait, what's this? Is this? Hold on. Well, now, are you sure we're going to end this call? We're going to continue this next week. What? So what the
We're
hell?
gonna do this next week because I haven't even messed with it. I have no idea how it works.
All right, so we'll table this for next. But damn,
But I just wanted to show you if you want to build an app
for the phone.
for the phone, like a gratitude app that gives you daily motivation. I don't know what the hell you can build with it, but it's going to be freaking awesome. It builds it and it launches it. So
Out of here.
wait till next week or 2 weeks from now. I don't know when you're going to be available, but I'll hold this one for you and I for our next
Hold it, dude. Next week I can't, but the week after that.
So 2 weeks from now, and
Yeah.
I'll give me time to mess with this and build a couple of apps so I can show people better. All right, brother man. So as always, amazing having you on, and have a blessed weekend, and we'll talk in 2 weeks.
All right, brother. See you. Have a great weekend, man.
All right, later.
Bye.